What's going on, everybody? DB4 here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more PIXELMON, Minecraft PIXELMON that is, and we are here with another glorious episode. Today is the big day, folks. Today, we will finally be breaking ground on Pallet Town. Yeah, last episode, we finally found the location. We did it. We searched far. We searched wide. We searched all over the map, and we finally found the perfect location to plop down Pallet Town. So yeah, that's exciting. Let me show you guys real quick. We head over to our map. I'm already on it. See, I've been scouting this out for a while. Oh man, ever since our last episode, I've been so super excited to get this started. It's 25 episodes in the making, and we are finally here. But if we was to go over to Pallet Town real quick, I just wanted to give you guys a sense of how far we traveled to find this place. All the way past the ground gym, and as funny as it is, we would have found the perfect spot to plop down our... the perfect spot to plop down our Pallet Town, and we would have found the rock gym, which I named the Brock gym. If we would have just kept on going west like I intended to go in the very beginning of the series, if you were here since the very beginning, when we got to the ground gym, we was going to decide to go west or south. We decided to go south, so yeah, we ended up at the fire gym. But it's just how funny. It was real funny to me when I was looking at the map how close our dream location was. But anyway, nevertheless, we found Pallet Town, folks, and it's going to be right here in this area. This entire area is where we're going to plop down Pallet Town. Right here where we got this location, it's going to basically be Pallet Town. We're going to do like a 5x6 grid coming right here from the coast. About probably a 5x7. When it's all said and done, or a 5x8, but we're going to start off with a 5x6. We're going to go over to this place and flatten this entire area out, make sure all the holes are plugged up, and we're probably going to get rid of a lot of the spawns underground so we don't have any legendaries and stuff spawning under us, and we have to dig up our own land to get them. So we're probably going to prevent spawning in these little caves and make sure all the holes are patched up and flatten this entire ground out. And if you look at the typography map, a lot of this land comes up off the ground, a few layers, so... we got our work cut out for us, so we want to get right to it with this episode. We don't want to waste too much time. But the first thing we're going to do before we head over to Pallet Town, I wanted to head downstairs and repair our tools. Because as you can see, we still don't have mending, and our tools are... we've taken a lot of damage with our tools. And we're actually low on diamonds too, so let's take a bunch of diamonds. Let's take a 5-piece, and that should be enough for our shovel and our pickaxe. Now I know we have an extra shovel and an extra pickaxe, but while we're at it, I figure we might as well heal up the ones we have. So let's do this and make it rain diamonds. Let's get our fortune boy out. Make it rain diamonds. I want to make sure I have my efficiency shovel ready to go. Even though we're going to use the silk touch one for this mission a lot. But until we get mending, I don't want to be in autopilot shoveling stuff. Oh, 14 diamonds out of that. That was great. I don't want to be in autopilot shoveling dirt and I break a shovel or a pickaxe or something. So let's make sure we take care of that. Let's get this. Oh man, this seems bad. How many diamonds, straight up diamonds, are they going to charge me? Ugh. I can just play the 3 diamonds without the stick. Without the stick. And the 6 going to cost me 6. And what about this? Let's see how much this is going to cost me. Probably 1 diamond. I mean the same amount. Now with the shovel, it's worth using a stick. Because even if we put 3 diamonds to this, yeah, it's not worth it. So let's just make the tools. It might come off cheaper. Let's make the tools. And let's, I'm not 100% sure if the pickaxe is going to come off cheaper, but it's only, at this point, it's only wasting sticks. It just feels so bad to do this without efficiency 3. Nah, we don't need that. What else they would have gave us? Even though we don't efficiency 3, yeah, they're definitely not respecting us with these enchantments. Let's do the pickaxe first, right? Yeah, let's do the pickaxe first. It did come off cheaper. All right. Well, healed our pickaxe. Now let's heal our shovel. Yep, that came off cheaper. All right, now we good. We'll keep these diamonds on us for a while. We actually have a place to put them and everything. We stacking a lot. We've been carrying a lot of diamonds around with us, man. This fortune boy can get put away. And we good to go. Let's get some supplies, a little bit of supplies, and then we'll take this stuff right over to Pallet Town. We'll fly right over and we'll be there in no time. And then we'll get to work immediately. Is this the fortune boy or the silk boy? Alright, that's the silk boy. Alright, cool. You know what? I kind of want to name this. You know what? Let's just spin it. Let's spin the levels on a name so we don't mess it up. Let's call this Silk Boy. Oh, let's not spin levels. Oh, it cost 8 to name. All right, well, we can't afford it. Too bad. Let's go get some supplies and let's get going. Now, we're not going to take all the supplies over there just yet. And a lot of them supplies we're going to ferry over there off camera anyway. I don't want to slow you guys down with all that stuff, but I do want to take all of this netherrack. All of it. We're going to take every bit of this over there for now. And, you know, I'll take some nether brick just in case we need it. I doubt we will. And for some reason, I feel like we're going to need magma block. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I guess we're going to head right over to Pallet Town and get right to work. I want to get to work as soon as possible. You know what? You know what? No. We're definitely not ready yet. We're going to have to set up a temporary base of operations. Basically, we're going to be building a bunch of stuff when we get there. So let's take a bunch of birch wood, a whole stack of wood, basically. And let's take some chests and some things to build with real quick. And we can start leaving stuff over there. Let's take about half these chests. And that's about all we need for now. All right, Chandelure, take us up.
Chandelure.
All right. I'll head over to Pallet Town. It should be right in this direction. Yep. 3,000 meters away, and I'll be back with you guys when we get there. All right. We finally arrived.
Chandelure.
And look at it. Isn't it a beaut? We are here. Pallet Town, ladies and gentlemen. Right off the coast. The Cinnabar Owls is that way, by the way. Let's get it. Let's do it. Now, what we basically want to do today is, let's look at the map real quick. I want to set a perimeter all the way around where we're going to be building. So I don't make sure I get all of my measurements correct. And I want to dig the ground down to about this level here. I'm thinking about keeping this pool, but I might cover this up and back it up a bit to like right here. But this is basically in line exactly where I need it. And I think we're going to go with this bit of land here. So we're going to put a big, huge perimeter around here with our netherrack, and then we're going to dig this land down to level 69. We're on Y69 now. We want this entire land in a 5x6 chunk to be on this level. So we got a lot of work to do. So I guess I'll put on some good old music and get right to it. And anything below this, we're going to most likely fill in. But the first thing we want to do is start placing our netherrack at the coast here. We want to start building. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I did think we were going to start up one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to, yeah. So we're going to start right here. So let's move over there. And here we go. We're going to start placing the first bricks of Pallet Town right now. Let's go over a little bit more. It's hard for me to see exactly where we're at on the map, but let me zoom in and make sure I place these bricks correctly. These are the first bricks planted in Pallet Town. And our first attack is a Meowth. This is going to happen a lot. So bear with me. These Meowths are kind of aggressive. I'm trying to get the perfect... It's on this line here. This line. Yeah. And it's like a few blocks back this way. Is it this one? Yep, this is the stone. There it is. That's the cornerstone of Pallet Town. This block right here. The cornerstone of Pallet Town, ladies and gentlemen. Our first blocks placed. Now, we're going to get this perimeter worked out. And I'll be back with you guys when we got the perimeter worked out. And then we'll start, you know, flattening this land out. So I'll cut on some music. And I'll be back with you guys when we're done. All right. We got the perimeter set up. Let's take a look. That's about how big the starter Pallet Town is going to be. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now I guess we can move on to the hard part. flattening this whole thing out and dropping everything down to this level. We're even going to fill this in most likely. And I forgot to bring my dirt. So that's a thing. I should have definitely brought the dirt with us. Beat it, Mareep. So I'm going to set up a chest. Basically a junk chest to help deal with a lot of the junk we're going to be collecting. And then we're going to get right to it, flattening this whole land out. So let me sort this out, and we'll get right into another good old time lapse. Let's make a little workstation. All right. I'll flatten this thing out, and I'll be right back with you guys. Captured Score Bunny. Yeah. Alright, we just finished flattening this place out. As you can see, we're 100% flat. And I decided to capture Score Bunny. I'm pretty sure there was probably a few other rare Pokemon while we were doing our thing. Look, we even got a Magikarp down there. But we decided to capture just the Score Bunny. We ignored everything else. But as you can see, if you look at our map, everything is flattened out and even. I decided to leave this patch of stone there just for now. We're going to remove it because we're actually going to dig up this entire layer and replace it with a unique floor, a unique type of grass. So we're going to end up digging up this layer. This is layer 70. We're going to dig this up and replace it anyway with a lot of, we need this grass blocks to craft the floor we're going to put down. But that's going to be later in a future episode when we start actually building Pallet Town up. We just wanted to break ground and basically flatten out this area. We do have this little area over here in the corner that we can flatten out, but it's not too important. I don't think any of the buildings or anything is going to go over here, so we don't have to worry about that at the moment. But we will get to that eventually. We're probably going to do, look, a mini zigzagoon. We're probably going to get to that in a future episode. But for now, I'm pretty satisfied with this. I decided to bring it up an extra layer. I was going to drop everything down in layer 69, but I realized that we were running low on shovels, so I wouldn't have been able to dig a whole nother layer out. So I decided to do some filling in. And we were almost at max capacity in our chest. So what I ended up doing was we had almost 2 double chests of dirt. And believe it or not, we used almost every single bit of it, filling in the 59th layer to bring it up to 70. So it all worked out perfectly. We have about 2 stacks of dirt left. And we filled in all the gaps, all the holes. I think there's a small cave over there to the far right, over there by the stone. But it's not too much of a big deal. It's not like a 1 block high gap or nothing, but we'll get the blueprints up for the buildings in the future. But for now, I think we're good with flattening Pallet Town out. So, yeah. Let me figure out some inventory stuff and I'll be right back. Alright. We worked out some inventory stuff. Now, let's finish this entire build. Let's run over here. Well, not the entire build. Let's finish off putting down the footprints of Pallet Town. Let's run over here. And I've decided I'm going to use the last of our dirt. Alright, if Ekans will leave us alone. Let's run over here real quick. And let's fill in this area. Just to make sure all of the map is flat. We do have a little bit of dirt left, so let's do it. I'll fill this in. And then we'll move on. Alright, there we go. Now the entire map is flat and the entire map is clear. We have a little bit of debris here and there, but we're not going to worry about that for now. We'll just pick it up as we go. We'll just smack it off the ground as we go along. Now, let's start laying down the footprints of our builds. Now, if you pay attention to Pallet Town, I'm going to try to remember to put a picture right here, actually. I'm going to try to put the picture of Pallet Town. If you pay attention to Pallet Town, there's about 3 major structures in Pallet Town. 4. Well, actually 4 if you include the lake or the little pond that leads to the beach or the ocean. There's about 3 to 4 major structures in Pallet Town, so I want to just lay down the footprints for those now before we move on, and we're going to have to dig up this obsidian too. So let's get to doing that now, and then we'll move forward. So I guess we can go into another time lapse, and I'll be back with you guys when we finish the footprint. Let's get it going. All right, all right, all right. We finished laying down the footprints. Now let's take a look. This area over here, where the obsidian pile is going to be our house, or Red's house. This footprint over here is going to be our rival's house. And this footprint is obviously going to be Professor Oak's lab, where all the mysterious things happen. And this down here is going to be the little lake or pond or, river, whatever you want to call it, that's at the bottom of Pallet Town. I thought this would suffice, but it seems like we're going to have to make this about 3 times as big as it already is. So, yeah, we still have a lot more work to do. Like, for instance, we'll have to dig out this entire space here. This entire space has to get dug out. And we're going to run this little lake here. We're going to expand it and run it all the way down to the beach. Beat it, Rattata. And as you can see, our Dreadnought is completely out of PP with 2 of his moves that have very high PP. Dreadnought's been destroying everything in Pallet Town. Every single mon. But yeah, we're going to run this entire lake down all the way to the beach. All the way. So we still have some work to do. All the way to this block. So we still have a lot of work to do as far as, shoveling and stuff. But that's all like after we finish building the entire Pallet Town. Then I'll come over here and make this entire lake bigger. At first we'll keep the small lake for now. We'll fill it up and then run it down to the river that way. But they got a small trench and run it down to the ocean that way. But for now we'll just keep it like this. But yeah, that's gonna be the entire Pallet Town's footprint laid down. Now, believe it or not, all of this stuff combined with laying the perimeter, digging out, it was an entire mountain range over here, or a complete hill, digging out the hill, filling in the caves, flattening everything out, and then filling in all the blinks. Took me around about 3 hours, so that was a lot of work. So I'm glad we got it over with, and we got to do a lot more terraforming around the edges once we actually get Pallet Town up. We're going to do some terraforming around the edges. We're not going to have it look like we just plopped a square down here. It's going to look natural when we're done. But for now, I think we're done with Pallet Town. I think we should leave. We'll leave some stuff behind. We're going to be building with this stuff a lot, so we'll leave a lot of this stuff behind. We're building up a huge junk chest, as you can see. Our tools are spent, so I think our building is done. We'll actually leave this stuff too. We'll leave all as much building materials as here as possible, so that's less stuff we got to ferry over, because we're going to have to bring tons of supplies over here. I'm going to do a lot of that off camera. A lot of that stuff flying back and forth is not even going to be interesting. So there's that. Well, actually, I don't want to accidentally lose anything, so let's put this stuff away. Our shovels, we'll put both of them away because we're not using either one of them. I don't want to accidentally mine something with my shovel and break it. So yeah, now for the next part of the episode, I just want to do something real quick. If you take a look at our map, there's a few locations around Pallet Town I want to scout out real quick. I'm pretty sure this is like a large extreme hills, over here. So we're going to leave this little chunk alone. I know what that is. I just want to go fly over to the north and finish scouting out this plains and see what we get over here. And I think there's some more plains over here to our left, like on the opposite side of this forest. I want to check out real quick. And then after that, I think we can port home. And I did want to check out this little desert over here. I'm not sure. If we have more time left in the video, we'll probably do that as well. But then after that, we'll port home and we'll start talking about the next phase of Pallet Town. So let's go do a little bit of exploring, and then we'll go from there. So Chandelure, let's go.
Chandelure.
We're going to go to the north and do a little bit of exploring.
Chandelure.
The main reason why I'm trying to do a little bit of exploring is I want to see if we can spot the rest of the gems we're missing. We're missing 1 gem really, but we may be needing to spawn in 2 more gems, depending on how I feel about the gem mechanics. Well, you know what? This will probably be a great time to explain that as well. Now, with one of our challenges after we complete Pallet Town, a gravesite. One of the challenges I wanted to complete after we complete Pallet Town was, we have a Pokemon Center. Let's go get that loot. I wanted to actually beat 8 gems. Now, the way oh great, we got a village too. The way the gems spawn in this game, I explained it in the intro video. If you watch the very first episode, you'll get a greater explanation of how the gems spawn. But basically, this gems spawn attached to villages, and there's about 40 something different gems in this game because they have badges from each and every generation. Well, most of the badges from all the generations appear in this game. So the gems are completely random the way they spawn, and you can get anything. Any one of the 48 gems can spawn, and it'll have a different badge with each gem. And they'll keep continuously spawning the more you keep spawning in villages like that village we just spawned in. But along our run, if we take a quick look at the map, one of the gems we spawned in, actually the 5th gem we spawned in, if we just go down here, the 3rd gem was the water gem, the 4th gem was the ice gem, and the 5th gem we spawned in was another water gem. And the 6th gem was grass, and the 7th gem was Brock's gem. Now, this is also fortunate and kind of unfortunate. I wanted to get 8 different gem badges with this challenge. And then when we got a repeat gem, basically a second water gem, because this is a separate badge, water badge from this one, it's kind of makes it like we're going to end up with 2 water badges. Now, the way the gem mechanics also work is when it comes to the level of the gem and the gym leader, gems 1 through 4 have fixed levels, meaning these levels of these gym leaders and trainers are never going to change. But after the 4th gym, the gym leaders and the gym trainers, their level are always going to be equal to your Pokemon's level. So basically what that means is we can completely skip this gym as our 5th gym and save that as a bonus gym to complete after we do the original 8. And what we can do is we can make the grass gym our official 6th gym, 5th gym, and then Brock's gym would be the official 6th gym. I hope you're following me. And then the next 2 gyms we spawn in, if they're not a copy of a gym we have already, we'll let that be the respective 7th and 8th gym. If that was a little bit confusing, I apologize. What I'm actually going to do, though, oh, this is a normal town without a gym. Great, we'll just loot this regular. What I'm actually going to do is, when we actually do start completing the gyms and running through and taking the gyms out, I'm going to remember to put a way better detailed explanation of what we're going to do with the gyms. So I just wanted to give a brief explanation here so you guys know that what we plan on doing with the gym mechanics and how we want 8 unique badges. So that being said, let's just do a little bit more exploring, get some good stuff, and then we'll head back home after that. We didn't get lucky in this town with the gym, but we did get some other stuff. Oh. Wow, that's the first time I seen... I forgot these guys have stuff inside this house. That's a library. Hold on. Are they spawning stuff inside these houses now? There's usually always dirt in here. Okay, well, they spawned a library in that lady's house. That's interesting. Hold on. Is this a new... Are you possibly the shopkeeper? No, her name is Fancy. Okay. There's a new shopkeeper I've been looking to find. I haven't been able to find it yet. Hopefully we can. Let's see. Oh, this guy's didn't even spawn with shopkeepers. Wow. Well, if these guys don't have a shopkeeper, I bet they don't need their supplies in here. I'll take a free garbage can. I'll take a sapling, and I will take your vending machine, sir. Thank you. I mean, you don't even have employees. What do you need the vending machine for? Yeah, this place. I'm looking for a specific type of shopkeeper that sells the stuff from the update. I don't see him. Well, we'll end up searching these villages thoroughly in the future. I was trying to wait till I found the new village to search it because I don't know if the previous villages that we spawned in already would have that NPC. But this is a new village, and they don't even have a regular shopkeeper, let alone... This is another one of them library places. It looks like it. Yeah. How do you get in there? Oh, they're buried. We're not saving them today. Alright, so this is another solo village. Which is kind of more rare than, anything else. Let's go a little bit more to the north and I guess a little bit more to the west.
Chandelure.
Yeah, let's go to the north a bit.
Chandelure.
Yeah, and that's basically what I was thinking about the gyms. We did kind of get lucky. Oh, there's a huge swamp over here. Oh, man, we need tons and tons of clay from a swamp. I'm not going to mine it now. We don't have the shovels, the correct shovel.
Chandelure.
Our silk touch shovel is kind of beat, so we can't really afford to do that now. But we'll come back to this huge swamp. It's near Pallet Town, so that's convenient. We won't have to teleport all the way back down south to do it. Oh, wow. We got another graveyard in the middle of a swamp. I think that's the first graveyard I've seen inside of a swamp. Pretty dope.
Chandelure.
All right. We reaching Extreme Hills over here, so... All right, we didn't get lucky with another gym or anything.
Chandelure.
Oh, soon as I say that, oh, my God. And it looks like a repeat gym, too. Yeah, this is a repeat gym.
Chandelure.
Another water gym. See, there. Well, these water gyms are going to be like bonus gyms. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, because they're spawning in water gym after water gym. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I even think we have this badge. I gotta be sure, but another water gym. So we're going to mark this as another bonus gym. We're going to take out the first water gym that we encountered, but we're not going to do the second and third until after we finish 8 unique gyms. Oh, wow. No shopkeeper. Wow. That is weird. Hold on. Something's weird. Something's off here. The way things are spawning is super weird. I don't really necessarily like that. This is the second town with no shopkeeper. Is something going on with this update? Are they not going to spawn in the correct gyms and shopkeepers now that I did the patch? I hope not, because that's disturbing. Well, we did get another gym. I'm not mad at that at all. I plan on beating as many gyms as I possibly can find. So I'm not mad at that. I just want 2 more unique gyms. Okay, they gave us a furnace here. This is the worst chest we've gotten so far. But we can't complain. It's free. Wow, this is kind of weird. Let's head up to the Mon Center. Look at Ryu over here. Again, another buried Mon Center. This was some weird exploration. Sorry, Joy. We're going to have to break in your Mon Center. We'll put some of the walls back. We won't be a complete heathen. You know what? I'm not sure how often we'll even use this place, but we'll leave some of the walls in, I guess. I'm not even sure how often we'll use this Mon Center. We won't. Well, we got a gym here, so we will be using it frequently. And this is going to be one of the level 100 gyms. All of the bonus gyms, we're gonna challenge all of them that we find, but we're gonna wait till we're level 100 to challenge all of the bonus gyms. So there's that. Let's put bonus. Bonus gym water again. All right, now we have some planes over here probably. All right, wait, before we get too crazy with our exploration, we might want to double back. Oh no, let's just remove that. We might want to double back and hit up some of these other areas before we start going too far north. But let's go a little bit east and then we'll go double back west. There's some plains over here. I didn't want this to be a complete exploration episode, but you know, I want to map out our surroundings near Pallet Town. And since we're almost in the phase where we're going to be taking on gyms, I don't mind getting some loot while we're at it and stacking up on our healing items.
Chandelure.
Alright, so we got a forest that looks like it's leading into a savanna. Savannas can give us more mon centers, but we don't necessarily need just flat mon centers. I'm looking for towns and villages now. Once we find the 7th and respectively 7th and 8th gem, we could low-key map out our canto and start creating different roads and different ways to get from one town to the other. I think that's going to be amazing too. That's one of the things I think I'm going to add to the series a little bit later on. Once we beat the 8 gems, I want to kind of connect all of the other towns and villages that we found so far together and create clever ways to make it to the other 8 gems that we're going to beat at level 100. We'll call them the master gems, or, you know, whatever. Let's swing east and head back south, and once we get around the swamp around this area, we'll port back home.
Chandelure.
Alright, we found another Mon Center. Alright. We've done a lot of searching, and as you can see, we didn't manage to find any new gems, and we've covered a lot of ground. That just lets you know how lucky we got in the very beginning of our series, because we were uncovering gems and towns left and right. And as you can see, they are very rare. You know, they aren't that prevalent as it seemed in the beginning of the series. We covered a lot of ground, and we haven't managed to run into a new gem since the grass gem. Well, since the Brock gem, really. The Brock gem is definitely a new gem, so I don't want to seem like we're not getting any luck, but we are extremely lucky on this playthrough. If I think about my other playthroughs, I think I've uncovered about 10 gems total on one of my maps, and when I tell you I have thousands upon thousands of map discovered and uncovered, I have a way faster amount on that world, and I've been spamming through the overworld at max speed trying to uncover as much land as possible, and I'm still having trouble uncovering, 15 gems to get my next 5 badges. So just to let you guys know how hard and how much of a grind the badges are. So it's actually a real challenge. And then defeating the gyms is a whole nother feat. So we're going to do a lot more research. Searching for gyms in the future. For now, I think it's time for us to head back home. So let's pull out our CPU. Let's get our good boy out. Just 1 second. Let's pick up our supplies and let's head home. All right. Abra, do the honors. Take us home. And we can even heal up while we're here. Now, another thing that was weird, those 2 towns that spawned in, that we found, which was really dope, they didn't spawn in with any NPCs. Oh man, Ultra Space, you're not catching me this time, and we're definitely not going in there with all these supplies. So yeah, they didn't spawn in with any shopkeepers, so there's something weird going on there. We're gonna figure that out. But today was definitely a successful episode. We managed to completely map out Pallet Town, which was dope. We got all of the footprints down. Now all we had to worry about is making sure we have all the supplies to bring the buildings up. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to build the exterior of the buildings. Each building is going to get its exterior built up from the ground up. Then we're going to work on that lake. And then the next phase of the third phase of Pallet Town, we're going to put in all the interior and all the nooks and crannies, all the decorations and all of the other items that need to go in there. And trust me, there's a ton of random pieces of furniture, random pieces of items to go in the buildings, outside the buildings, all the way up into Route 1. There's tons of stuff we're going to have to do. So that'll be phase 3, the interior decorating and, just freshening things up and making sure the detail is in. And then we'll be completely done with Pallet Town. It should take us about 3 to 4 episodes to finish that. If we take into account, we're going to have to do probably one more full episode of resource gathering because I'm pretty sure we don't have enough clay, but we'll see what we get. Once we do the buildings up from the ground up, we'll be able to tell how much resources we got. So we may take a pause in between building just to gather some resources. That's my plan. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for tuning into this episode. I want to also thank everybody for tuning into all the other previous episodes we've been having on the series. It's been a lot of support going on. It's been great. Also want to give a special shout out to my boy Joe Hammer Gaming on YouTube. He's also a fellow friend of the channel, and he's also a fellow Minecrafter, so check him out. He's always in the comment section, so Joe, if you leave a comment, shout out to you. And yeah, if you go over to Joe's channel, tell him DB4 sent you. And with that being said, it's your boy DB4, and I'm out. Sorry, Dreadnought.